Hey guys, welcome back to Dark Souls 3. Last time we entered the catacombs of Carthus, and we found Amory, who was looking for Horus. This time, we go deeper into the catacombs to find Horus, and hopefully he does not want to kill us like I suspect. Because, I mean, come on, the guy's got villain written all over him. So last time, you guys said the volume, the game volume was too high and you couldn't hear me, which I don't get, but I reviewed it and yeah, you were right. It's it was really too high. You couldn't hear any. Oh, hello. It was too high. You really couldn't hear anything I said unless you like super concentrated. And I didn't change the audio levels, so it really shouldn't have been like that. But yeah, so I lowered the volume by about 50%, and hopefully that helps, and hopefully it's not too quiet. If it is too quiet, let me know, and I'll turn it up just a smidge. But yeah, no, I don't get it. It really shouldn't have been like that, but it was. Maybe I just spoke too softly that day, but I don't know. Well, I turned it down 50%, so let me know how it goes, if it's good, if it's bad, if I should turn it back, if I should just turn it up just a smidge, or maybe it needs to be lowered. I don't know, but yeah, there's the deal. Let's start. So I want to activate an ember, because the cute cleric lady said we could summon her, so I want to have the ember ready just in case we run into any summon signs. Doesn't look like there are any around here. So let's continue onward. Miscreant ahead. Don't I know it? Okay, that should be the third one, so this one should do him in, right? Oh. Well, that didn't work. Guess we just do it little by little. Safe zone. I noticed. Okay. Now. Go, 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 go. Rats. Ah, it's King Rat. He's returned. Well, you guys know the drill. I never lose to King Rat. Be wary of above. I never lose to King Rat. And now we're more powerful than we have ever been. King Rat, remember me? Very above. Let's go get this item over here. Shard. Whoop. Whoop. Some more kukri. I'm probably usually wall ahead. Aha. I'm probably saying kukri wrong. It's probably like some other pronunciation. Kukri does not sound right. It sounds like I'm butchering it. Grave Warden's Ashes. Alright, hopefully. Whoa! Oh. You're not supposed to get back up. Some more kukri. Gonna get up again, bro? Doing round 2? Nah, he's done. Large Titanite Shard. Does he know I'm here? You know I'm here, bro? I'm really just smacking these guys around. Titanite Shard. You gonna get up again? I'm like paranoid now because some of them get up, some of them don't. So it's like you can never let your guard down. Ugh. There's that fire damage I was concerned about. Titanite Shard. Karthus Rogue. Oh yeah, we still haven't used that. I keep meaning to. Oh, hey, didn't see you there, Captain Bones. Where are you going? Hey, like, are we buds, or do you're not gonna attack me? Are we? You're not hostile. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave you be. Are you supposed to, like, lead me somewhere? He's afraid of me. Okay, well, I'm not gonna hurt you. If you don't do anything for me, I guess I'll just leave you to hang out here. Yeah, I guess he just kind of hangs out here. He doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay, I won't hurt you. We just kind of went in a circle. I mean, I guess we found a few things. Oh, that's a trap. See? I can notice them now. I've obtained that power. Oh, he survived my triple combo. He's a tough one. But now he's dead. Oh right, I forgot the Karthus Rouge! Suspended bridge is wearing thin. Right. There's a fair amount of items here. There's a trap awaiting me. Something's gonna jump out. Knew it. Okay. Really? Was that it? You know, for a game that gets a reputation for being hard, they're sure putting up a pitiful resistance. Okay, so this is the bridge that said suspension is wearing thin. So I don't think we want to go on this bridge. So let's see if there's another way around. Okay, guys. Now we're talking! Of course, as soon as I say that the game's, like, going too easy on me, this happens. It would have been awesome if I made it out, though. Well, I have to anyway, because we can't just leave 20,000 souls there. Right, this. Oh. I keep forgetting to use the Carthus Rouge. That would have been the perfect fight to use it on. Right, let's go grab our souls. And we got a big fight ahead of us, so it's Carthus Rouge time. Or not. Okay. It's a little disappointing. We have plenty of Carthus Rouges, so even if this wears off before our we get to our next enemy, I mean, we can just pop another one. Oh, hey. Oh, hey, King Rat. What's up, bro? Ow. Looks like we still have our Carthus Rouge activated, so we've officially tested it out. Let's see what's down this way. An item. Oh, oh, oh. Ah! Oh, there's another one. Welcome to the party. Pop a rouge. For real skeletons. Yo, what the heck? This is a thing. Why are there wheel skeletons? That's like the dumbest thing ever. Karthus Rouge definitely stays on your weapon a lot longer than any other buff does. So it's definitely more... I mean, I don't notice an improvement at all, but it's definitely more reliable than all the other ones. God, wheel skeletons, this is so dumb. Oh, jeez. Oh, you guys seen this? It's like Pompeii. All the corpses. And pain expressions of suffering. Jeez, that's sad. Horrifying, too. Wary of. Oh yeah, that's why I was supposed to be wary of. Whoa! I launched him. This really does feel like the back in the Claymore days when I didn't even really have to like play the game. I could just swing my Claymore around and everything in front of me would die. That's what this feels like again. Like we're back to that. There's an item there, and it looks like it's a dead end. You know what that usually means. Whoa! Do not want. Do not want. Do not want. Jeez. I think that was the most amount of danger one of those things has ever put me in. It was actually kind of funny. But we hit a dead end, so I guess you have to go on that bridge? It must have been a troll message saying the suspension was thin. It probably won't collapse, because I mean, where else are we supposed to go? Maybe in here? I don't think we've been here before. Nope, this is another dead end, and that's where we saw in there. We got no choice. Maybe it does collapse, like, right before you step on it, and then all those skeletons come to life, and you have to fight your way out. That would be kind of cool, actually. Let's find out what this does. Oh, it's not even a trap, it's just a rock protruding out of the ground. This game has trained me to be paranoid. Okay. You guys ready? Here we go. So far, so good. Oh, we made it. Just fine. Oh, look at all those skeletons. No! Oh, I get it now. That's funny. I like that. Be wary of bad luck, indeed. That's funny. All those skeletons come to life not because you're supposed to fight your way out, but because you're supposed to bamboozle them. Oh! I bamboozled myself. There was an item. I feel like they teach you how to handle those things really poorly. Oh, I'm stuck. Because the first time you see one, it gets destroyed after banging itself against the wall 3 times. But then all the ones after that don't do that, so it teaches you false information, basically, of how to deal with them. When it's just that first one that, you know, dies after the first. After 3 bonks. Because that's what I assumed. I just had to, like, wait it out 3 times, and then it would be clear. I didn't know, you know, it's just a hazard. You have to sneak by little by little. I didn't realize that, because the game didn't teach me that. It taught me, oh, something else. Time to bamboozle. Oh. I wasn't fast enough. I tried to bamboozle, but instead I was the one who was bamboozled. It's right behind me. Jesus. That was a close one. I got careless. Gotta be rad. Woo! See, that didn't even last the whole battle, where the Carthus Rouge lasts for like 3 battles. Why? Why? Why is that a thing that can even happen? Oh, I took him out in 3 hits. Every time. There's always something that goes wrong here. And the last enchant we didn't use against this guy, might as well use all 4. So fire is just the best. That is the only enchant that has actually improved us, although Karthus lasts the longest. Well, I guess it doesn't matter that lasts the longest if it doesn't really help us that much. Although poisonous lasting a good amount of time. Alright. Now let's go see what's down there, because I'm sure there's something. Oh, hello, Belial, the demon of fire. You know, I'm not sure what I was expecting down here. Maybe like an item, maybe like an ember. I didn't expect to encounter Satan, I must say. Chesto Resto. I swear, if you're a fucking mimic! That's the only thing down here, too. Why would they... That's just mean. That was just mean. dropped the thing. In the immortal words of Ben Williams, see ya, idiot. Well, you know what they say. Loose skidoo, we can too. And Belial was a really hard boss in Devil Survivor. I was like stuck on him for like a month. I don't think we should fight him. Although, I'll probably come back, but first, let's go this way. I bet you this is gonna be like another dead end and I'll have to fight Belial. Oh, or not. Touch Goblet. I have a feeling that is a mistake to do. So let's search the area. See if we can find anything first. I learned my lesson from these burial urns. We're not gonna mess with them. This one kind of has like a weird glow on it. Alright, let's go touch that goblet. There's nothing else for us here. Man, what a nice goblet. I'm gonna touch it. Actually, no, we're not. That's the alarm. And I've got stuff to do tomorrow, so we're gonna cut it short here. So, we have gone deeper into the catacombs of Karthus, and we found a goblet. Next time on Dark Souls 3, we touch this goblet, and maybe we'll go back and fight Belial. See you guys then. But there's actually one more thing I want to talk about. Okay, I've got my thoughts together. So, hold on, just gotta... process my thoughts here. I thought I got them together, but then they started slipping away. Well, while I think on that, let's save the game. Oh, my internet connection is riggedy wrecked. Well, anyway, so what I wanted to talk about was AdventureQuest Worlds. So the very first video that I ever uploaded to my channel was actually a video about AdventureQuest Worlds. It was their Friday the 13th event, I believe. And I couldn't believe, and they always do, like, you know, they play Voltaire music, and they do kind of like a collaboration with Voltaire on Friday the 13th. So I made that video because I could not believe the music choice that they chose for that scene, the final scene in the event. It was "Come Sweet Death" by Voltaire, which is an upbeat song about suicide, and I couldn't believe that they got away with it, because the game is rated by the ESRB E10+, and they got away with that, and I couldn't believe it. I had to show someone. And for the record, I thought it was funny. I wasn't criticizing it. I just couldn't believe that they got away with it. Like, because in the past they used to censor Voltaire's songs to make it, you know, more, so they can get away with it. But not this time. they did not give a shit. So anyway, where was I going with this? Right. So, as with all of Artix Entertainment's games, AdventureQuest Worlds was made in Flash, and on January 12th of this year, Flash died. It's no longer, which means their games are no longer able to be played in the browsers anymore, since browsers no longer support Flash. It just doesn't work. So So the solution they had for that was that they had a game launcher. You can download a launcher for AdventureQuest, and they claim that it takes up less space than a full game, and you can play all their Flash-based games with it. Except I've actually heard that because that the launcher actually takes up a lot of space um, because it actually has Flash integrated into it instead of just being able to play by itself. So you're actually downloading Flash. That's basically what the launcher is in its entirety onto your computer. So it actually takes up quite a bit of space. Anyway, what I was going with this is I went to go download it, the launcher, and then I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Because, truth be told, AdventureQuest Worlds was the only one of their games that I was still playing, and the only reason I was still playing that is because it was the only game that had not concluded yet. AdventureQuest, DragonFable, and MechQuest, they have 4 big games. And those are AdventureQuest, DragonFable, MechQuest, and AdventureQuest Worlds, and 5 now with AdventureQuest 3D. But AdventureQuest 3D doesn't count. We're not going to count that because it's shiny and new, and I believe they said story-wise it was just going to be a reboot of the original AdventureQuest. But it doesn't matter. It's gone. It's gone. So, and of all the 4 of their flagship games, AdventureQuest Worlds was the only one that had not been finished. So that was the only one that I was still playing because I was waiting for them to finish it. And I stopped enjoying it for about a decade now. I think it was, no, not really a decade, maybe like 6 years. I was in high school, so it might have been a decade, maybe like 8 years. Yeah. Anyway, where I was going. So anyway, since the game is no longer available to play, and I won't be playing it anymore. I decided to do a game a week on it. And this is less of a game a week and more of a game of a decade. Because, let's see, I've been playing this game since the alpha, which was, I believe, I don't know when that was, but I know the game was officially released in 2008. So it's 2021, so that's 13 years that I've been playing this game. And the only reason, it was about right around the 12th Lord of Chaos when I kind of realized that the game just wasn't doing it for me anymore. Because I remember when that happened, the 12th Lord of Chaos, I was like, whoa, that's a huge plot twist. I was like, it should be, but I feel nothing. And that's kind of when I realized that the game just wasn't as good as it used to be. And ever since then, I've just kind of been hanging on, just for the sunk cost fallacy. I've invested so much time into this game. I want to see it end. I want to stick around until it ends. And so before I go any further with that, again, I want to say this is going to be, I want to do a little mini game a week for AdventureQuest Worlds right now. Basically, since I've chosen to, the game is no longer available to play in its original form, you know, the browser-based Flash game, and since I've chosen to not download the launcher, that means my time with it is over. So I'd like to give it a proper send-off by giving it a game a week. So, and I'm doing it right now. I'm speaking my thoughts. I didn't have anything prepared. This is just something I wanted to do. So I'm sorry. It's just gonna be. It's already a mess. I know, because I'm just trying to. I thought I had everything I wanted to say, but having something in your mind and making it come out of your mouth are two very different things. And it's a lot harder than it looks, than it sounds. So anyway, Dark Souls right now is episode 37 of Game a Week. We've done this for 37 weeks already. So in case anyone is new here, and I'm sure you're not, Game a Week is something I've been doing as a hobby where I review a different game every week for my friends. With Dark Souls, this is number 37, and this one is taking much longer than a week. It's on when it's done status because a friend of mine bought me this game, so I mean, I think it would be rude to not play it to completion, so this game a week is not being finished until we're done with Dark Souls. So this would be episode 37.5. Since it's a game a week inside of a game a week. So AQ Worlds. It's a Flash-based MMO. You click on an enemy to attack it. And then you have your abilities you can click depending on your class. The game is very simple. Basically, but it's not very balanced. Basically, if a class is new, it's going to be the most overpowered thing in the game. And then it's going to stay the most overpowered thing in the game until the next class comes out, and so on and so forth. So all like the early game classes, back when the game was fun, are all worthless now. And all the late game classes that they release now, that all feel like super soulless and have no passion put into them, they're all super overpowered, and to the point where if you're not using one of them, you're playing the game wrong. So basically, the game just became very boring. Like every class is the same, and eventually, playing there's a new update every Friday, and logging every Friday to play the new update has felt like a chore for a long time. So, yeah, I was just hanging on there, see when the story ends. So then the finale for the 13 Lords of Chaos storyline came. And that was actually really good, and it got me back into the game, and I was actually genuinely enjoying the game again. Um, there was so many twists and turns that I legitimately cared about. Um, like you, the player, ended up being the 13th Lord of Chaos, and you actually assumed the role of a villain for the longest time, and it was so cool. Like the NPCs in the game had to defeat you, and you awaken your own Chaos Beast, and you win. On top of that, you win. You succeed because the one thing factor that happened, um, that led to the defeat of all the other Lords of Chaos was you. So, but since you're the Lord of Chaos, no one could stop you. And eventually, I forget how you do get defeated eventually. I forget. Oh, no, I remember exactly how it happens. Um, so every Chaos Lord that gets defeated, there was like this the main villain Drakath. He had a portal, and there were 13 runes on it, and one rune lit up every Chaos Lord that was defeated. I remember how it happened. Um, he said basically is like he showed up and he's like, "Hey, thanks for awakening your beast of chaos. Here's the thing though, you have to die in order to light up my portal and act, I need just one rune left. So sorry, bro." Um and then so you merge with your chaos beast, which was the eternal dragon of time. And the lore behind the eternal dragon of time um is that okay, so now I have to explain the timeline. The AdventureQuest timeline. So the first game is AdventureQuest. All right, and AdventureQuest is a fantasy game. It kind of takes place. There's a lot of it's general fantasy basically. Like there's a lot of like sci-fi stuff in there too. It's just kind of like it's mostly like medieval fantasy, but it's like it's a mix. It's just pure fantasy basically. um so original Adventure Quest, and then after that there was oh, this is a really old picture. Look at Warlick in the back there. That's really old art. This was the good old days, guys. um and then after Adventure Quest, there was a prequel game called DragonFable. In DragonFable, we'll get into DragonFable later. I have a lot to say about DragonFable. DragonFable's awesome, but first let's talk about Adventure Quest worlds. So DragonFable. DragonFable was a prequel game that took place 5 years before Adventure Quest. And then, after DragonFable, there was MechQuest, which was a sci-fi mecha None of these were MMOs, by the way. AdventureQuest and DragonFable, they were all single player games that were played in your web browser. They're Flash games. And then there was another prequel game called MechQuest, which was a sci-fi mecha RPG. It was actually pretty cool. I say that, but it was my least favorite of all the Artix Entertainment games. It's actually the only one that I have never finished because I forgot my password and I have not cared enough about the game to start over again, basically. And yeah, it was a sci-fi mecha RPG that took place 5,000 years before AdventureQuest. And I forget, they mentioned the lore that, Warlick, who was, the resident wizard character, he had to reboot the universe, and then that's where DragonFable take place, and why DragonFable's in, medieval fantasy instead of sci-fi. It was actually pretty cool concept. I liked it a lot. So, and then where AdventureQuest fits into all of this, AdventureQuest is a combination of all three eras of time. And the lore behind it is that Galanoth, who is the resident dragon slayer, he slew the eternal dragon of time, because, that's just what he does, and it caused the universe to be destroyed and recreated as this amalgamation of all three timelines of MechQuest, a combination of MechQuest, DragonFable, and AdventureQuest. So AdventureQuest Worlds was the final destination for the AdventureQuest saga, basically. In fact, DragonFable, actually, where DragonFable leaves off is actually, like, right before AdventureQuest World starts off. Because where DragonFable ends is when Drakath finds the power of chaos and setting up the events for AdventureQuest Worlds. So anyway, so that's how that happened. That's the lore of the Eternal Dragon of Time. So you fuse with the Eternal Dragon of Time, you become the Eternal Dragon of Time, and you go to fight Drakath, who's trying to kill you, but it doesn't matter, he just fucking one-shots you. So after that, you die. And that's how you stops you, the one person you can't defeat, the big main villain is the one who ends up stopping you. So you after that you die. And you go to the underworld, and where death is waiting for you. And you kill Death and replace him as the Lord of the Underworld. And you become Death. So you become Death. So in order to come back to life. And seeing, Dragath's all like, you can't be a Lord of Chaos, the Dragon of Time, and Death all at the same time. And your character's just like, yeah, well, I am. Uh, and it's the funniest thing ever. Um, so then you fight Dragath, and you defeat him with your triple threat Chaos Lord, uh, Dragon of Time, and Death powers. Um, you defeat him, and he he's I forget exactly what happened, and oh yeah, and he's just like, well, it's too late for you. The my portal is already complete, um, and the Mother of Monsters has been unleashed, which has been foreshadowed since the first Lord of Chaos. Um, and then that turned and then I expected that to be like the end of the story, and then we'd fight the Mother of Monsters, defeat her. But no, it ended up being another arc. Like that was just the segue into the next arc entirely. And the Mother of Monsters arc was and and something that really stuck out to me before the Mother of Monsters arc, was that Drakath had no intention of fighting me anymore. Like, he just sat there on the floor. Like, he didn't, like, he's like, it's done, man. It's done. Um, like, I have no intention of fighting you. And it's like, it really makes you think, like, it, it gets you intrigued, like, who is the Mother of Monsters, like, why Drakath seemed afraid of her, basically. And that, the second that she was unleashed, he was done. He wanted out. He's like, I did my half, I'm done, I'm out of here, see ya, toodaloo. And that was it. You don't kill him or anything, he just doesn't give you shit anymore. And then it was the Mother of Monsters arc, which was an absolute disaster, absolute mess. Oh my god, it was bad. Like, they basically just did the 13 Lords of Chaos too. Like, oh, now you have to fight all the monster champions. And you just go from place to place, speeding up all the monster champions. I don't even remember it. I remember there was like this big tree monster that you fought once, and he like poisoned, like all the water in the world or something like that. And the only thing that really ever stuck out to me was that Arya, the pet shop girl, she becomes corrupted by the Mother of Monsters and becomes like this goddess of nature thing. And it was a really big deal because Arya has been in every AdventureQuest game as a beloved NPC, and to see her basically become a villain was really shocking. But that's really the only thing that ever happened. So after that, they started talking about, like, all right, now it's time for the Mother of Monsters finale. So yeah, and so I was like, oh yes, finally, it's the end. I can finally be free. And then the finale came. You team up with all the other NPCs in the world. You storm her castle, Mother of Monsters castle. You get up to the end, and there is this warrior standing at her throne with her head in his hand. And he declares himself as Maglor and says blah blah blah. I'm the new villain now. And he says something funny. I forget what it was, but he just kind of came out of nowhere, and that was when I put my foot down. And I said, all right, I'll stick around for Maglor because he really feels like an AdventureQuest villain, which the Mother of Monsters has not felt like. The Mother of Monsters has not even felt like a character. It's just like has no personality. But Maglor operated on all the old all the old uh, Adventure Quest humor that I came to love. Is the reason why I loved these games in the first place. So I decided, like, okay, I'll stick around just for Maglor. Um, but he's the last straw. If there's another villain after Maglor, then that's it. I'm done. Like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, shame on both of us. Um, so that's what I said. Like, okay, if there's another villain out, because at least the mother, as much of a disaster the Mother of Monsters arc was, at least it made sense because Mother of Monsters has been foreshadowed since the beginning of the story. So I let that slide. The Maglor literally came out of nowhere. There was no literally the only thing he served was basically, I believe the writers acknowledged the fact that the Mother of Monsters arc was complete garbage, so they just wanted to end it instantly and replace it with something else. And I think that's what happened. I was just like, I like Maglor. I think he's a real Adventure Quest villain, but he better be the end of it, because one more and then that's it. I mean, it's not like I play for the gameplay, at this, because at that point in the game, you're basically invincible, because all the classes that are worth using all have, like lifesteal abilities, and it basically makes it impossible for you to die. Like, you're just invincible all the time. There's no way for you to lose a fight. Um, so so basically, um, what was I saying? So basically, that was when I was putting my foot down. And then that story kind of like went nowhere. Oh yeah, before that happened, a Drakath or maybe it was after. No, I think it was during the Mother of Monsters arc that Drakath showed up again, and he was fighting alongside you against the Mother of Monsters. So that really intrigued me. That was another thing that intrigued me, because he was the servant of the Mother of Monsters, but ever since she's been unleashed, she just I wanted to know what happened there. Like, I don't know, like, why did Drakath, like, why was he done after he unleashed her? Like, why didn't he join her? why is he fighting against her now? Like, these were things that were never answered. So basically, and then, Shadow of War, now we were in a new arc, Shadow of War arc, which I was like, all right, this better be the final one, don't give me another, oh, and there's another villain out here now, like, don't give me that shit. Like, AdventureQuest ended with the Devourer saga. Like, it received updates after that, but it was done there. Like, that was the main story done. Everything else was basically post-game. The DragonFable ended with the final 13th, after the Orb saga. Like, again, it still received updates, but it was done. MechQuest, I don't know where MechQuest ended, but I think it was, I was still in high school when this happened, when they said MechQuest story ended. And MechQuest did not receive updates after that. It basically went into maintenance mode. So that was like super done. So yeah, but AdventureQuest is the only one that just, AdventureQuest Worlds is the only one that just felt like they were just dragging it out as long as possible. And I had enough. I was just like, I'm staying for Maglore, but if anything else, but if there's another villain behind this villain, I'm done. And then Flash expired. They could not even finish the story before their medium to tell it in no longer existed. Like, that's how long it took. And it's still not even done. I don't even think they continued since Flash went down on January 12th. I don't even think they continued the Shadow of War story since then, which is the main story. I think they've just been doing, like, side quest stuff since then. So, that happened. So when this happened, when Flash went out, I basically saw a way out, and I took it. I was just like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna download this launcher. I think I'm just gonna let it be, and I'll return whenever the story does finish, but until then, I'm done. That's it. Like, the gameplay's not fun anymore because, it's basically everyone runs the same class, no one's a healer anymore because everyone just plays a class that has like lifesteal, so that everyone just heals themselves, and you can solo everything and it'll just take forever, because you'll just never die. So, it'll take forever, but you can win every fight solo. And it's just not fun. Every quest is just like, oh, kill 3 of these things, like the normal RPG grinding quest. It's like, and the dialogue hasn't been interesting until Maglore. And even in the Shadow War arc, only Maglore's dialogue is interesting. Everyone else's, oh my god, they butchered Drakath so hard in the Shadow War story. He basically became like this gross womanizing shell of his former self. Like, his like main lieutenant, he started calling her Babe. and then I think where the Shadow of War left off, like the last thing they did is when you separated, those angels that appear in cartoons, like the good and bad angels. So his main lieutenant is those things fused into one. So in the where it left off is you split them in half so they can retain their own personalities, and the last shot is literally just them both sitting on Dragath's lap, and he's like on the throne with the two, his angel babe and his demon babe, and and your character's just like, this is concerning, and then that's it. That's the end of the story. And like they took such a cool villain slash anti-hero and turned him into like this gross womanizing fan fiction hentai character. I couldn't believe it. And then Maglor is the only character that has actually any interesting, just because he's that classic AdventureQuest villain. So yeah, I just took a way out. When Flash went down, that was it for me. I did not feel like I wanted to pursue the game any longer. I didn't want to play the game any longer. So, that's it. That's really all I have to say about it. I mean, this will always have like a special place in my heart. AdventureQuest will. By the way, I want to show you. By the way, these images that I have on screen right now, this is not fan art. This is actually official promotional art that they use for like promotional material. I mean, this is what I'll miss the most out of leaving it behind. All this really nice waifu art. Because I mean, but these games will always have a special place in my heart. DragonFable will always be really nice. Like that, DragonFable, regardless as its regardless of its status as a Flash game, DragonFable was phenomenal, and unlike AdventureQuest Worlds, it did not overstay its welcome at all. And I'll always remember it fondly. In fact, I wouldn't. If I'm ever going to download this launcher, it would be to replay Dragon Quest from the beginning. I mean, DragonFable. That's actually why they didn't name it Dragon Quest, because Dragon Quest is, as you know, is already a thing. Oh yeah, I didn't give a score yet. I give AdventureQuest Worlds a 4 out of 10. It used to be a really fun game, but not anymore. Yeah, if I ever download that launcher, it'll be to play DragonFable. In fact, I know all of you have played DragonFable, but if you haven't finished it, like, if you haven't played it from beginning to end, I strongly recommend you download this launcher and do that, because it's so good. It's phenomenal. it's it really is that good. I don't think I'd ever play AdventureQuest again. Ever since they introduced the SP system, I kind of felt like that just kind of ruined it. Um, and because and they reworked all the classes to use the SP system instead of the mana system, so it's not like, okay, now my mana stat is useless. Um, and I just really didn't like it, and they redid a lot of art too for Adventure. Like the Blade of Awe was, it's a stone sword that you piece together, and it's supposed to be the strongest sword in the game, but it's really not. Um, and it was basically just a stone sword. Actually, why don't I show you? Let me find a picture of it. Blade of Awe. Here we are. There it is. That's what the Blade of Awe used to look like. Uh, you know, it's a little primitive looking. It's a stone sword, that has a light glow around it, to show that it's magical. And I liked it. I liked it. Felt kind of, despite it being this super legendary weapon, it was very down to earth, which I thought was the point because it it was earth element. But then they changed it to this. Um, Although I could have sworn its jewel was red, but maybe it was white, or maybe they changed it again. But this was the best I could find. And then they changed it to this like glowing sword. I mean, graphically, it does look better. It's more detailed art, but you can see the hilt instead of having like the stone hilt. It's got wings, and it just looks gaudy. Like it's overdone. Like it looked like the original Blade of All looked like, something you wouldn't think is a legendary weapon, but it is. And then this just looks like, hey, look at me. I'm the greatest weapon of all. And then it just looks too on the nose, and it makes it look really gaudy, high and mighty. Like, you can't even tell it's made of stone anymore. It looks like it's just made of pure light, which is weird because it's earth element. and and it did have one move where it shot out a beam of light, but they redid that. Now it shoots out a beam of dust, and it does earth element. It used to do light element, that move, but now it does earth element. So now that move serves no purpose other than to like look cool. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. I mean, this has already been such a mess, but I mean, um, so anyway, and I think I might play um MechQuest somewhere down the line, um, just because I never finished it. But yeah, definitely play, if you can, play AdventureQuest. I mean, play DragonFable. I wouldn't play AdventureQuest again, but I definitely play DragonFable again. The hatching, there was an event in DragonFable called the hatching, um, where basically during, in the story of DragonFable, early on, you had to find and protect these dragon eggs. And you would have your dragon egg. You get to customize your dragon egg, and you would keep it in like a cave. And then eventually, and everyone was all like, oh, when are they gonna hatch, when and I remember they had like an event where like all the dragon eggs got kidnapped, and you had to go and rescue them. And then at the end of the event, they told you the dragon eggs will hatch on this date. And then that's actually when they released the event, and all night at that event, they kept like doing updates of like showing concept art and telling you like design documents and telling you about how dragons are gonna work. And it was just such a cool thing, and I was so hyped up, like going on the design notes up until the night of, just going on the design notes, waiting for like the moment for this update to drop, and then it did, and it was awesome, and I loved it. But yeah, Adventure Quest will the four Adventure Quest games will always have a special place in my heart. Especially all this promotional waifu art that I keep showing you guys. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. It's a special place in my heart. I've been playing it for the better part of my life, so it'll always have a special place in my heart. But it's just time to move on, and I will miss all this promotional waifu art the most. Um, I'll see you guys next time. So yeah, played DragonFable. It's really good. I could talk your ear off about it a lot, but I won't. But I think this has gone on long enough. I keep feeling like I have something else to say, but I don't think I do. Yeah, that's gonna be it from me. So, yeah, I'm my own worst enemy. Because it's like, I feel like there's something else I wanted to say, but I can't think of it. Oh well. If it comes to me later, it comes to me later. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But yeah, AdventureQuest will always have a special place in my heart. But it's time to go because it's just not fun anymore. So anyway, I just remembered there is actually one more piece of artwork, promotional artwork I wanted to show you. I remember now. Because this one is truly something special. This is not fan art. Or maybe it was originally fan art, but they actually use this in promotional material. Oh boy. God bless Graveland. But anyway, yeah. My time with AdventureQuest Worlds is over. I'll return to it if they ever finish the story, but I doubt they will. Just like with World of Warcraft, I'll go back to it if retail World of Warcraft. I'll go back to it if they ever finish the story, but I don't think they will. And I have classic World of Warcraft too, and I'm losing my voice. But yeah, DragonFable will always be phenomenal. AdventureQuest will always be a good memory. MechQuest I might go back to just to finish it. And I'll really miss this waifu art. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Next time I do Dark Souls 3. And goodbye, AdventureQuest. I'll always remember you. Here we've got Graveland having our self-insert character and thigh, a leg lock. God, I wish that was me. We have Toil, Trouble, Bubble, Valencia, Maya, Reens. I don't know who this is, these two right here, but that's Sora Tohoshi, or however you pronounce it. You got Melodia, Kazumi. I don't know who this is again. Then you've got Nadira, Cleric Joy. I don't know who that is. Graveland again. Everyone loves Graveland. Then you've got Twilly the Champ. Scarletta. Who's really a small villain, but I mean, she's hot, so, Of course they'd make promo art of that. You've got Faye, Cleric Joy again, Nadira, Saphiria, who's a big favorite of mine, Graveland. I mean, the only reason I picked vampires over werewolves in the original AdventureQuest was because, Saphiria. Then you've got Yara, Yara is even more obscure and less coincidental important than Scarletta. Like, I think she had like one quest around her, but again, she's hot, so they use her in a lot of promos. You've got Alina. This isn't even a character. This is the Chaos. This is the 13th Lord of Chaos. This is, if you had a female character, this is what you looked like. This was Chaos Mate. You could choose between like a mage form, a cleric form, a rogue form, and warrior form. I believe this was cleric form. And then you got Rabena. Yeah. And then what was over here? I think I accidentally deleted one. Was it this one? No. Ah, it was this one. No, wait. No, I have that one. Ah, must have been my imagination. And then we've got Yara again. Valencia, Player-chan, Faye, who actually was not in any of the games for the longest time, and they eventually put her in DragonFable. She was just promotional material, and you can see why. You got Bubble, Toil, and Trouble, I Know Maiku. And then you've got Rabana again, Alina, Gravelin, Safiria, Reens, Sora Tohoshi. Yeah, that's all. That's everything. So yeah, it's hard to leave Adventure Quest Worlds behind, but I think it's finally time. But this has been going on long enough. I've been incoherently rambling about Adventure Quest for 47 minutes now. But yeah, Adventure Quest I give a 6 out of 10 because it's just kind of okay. DragonFable I give a 9 out of 10 because it's phenomenal. Seriously, go play that. MechQuest I give a 5 out of 10 because it's kind of eh. And I never finished it. And then Adventure Quest World I give a 4 out of 10 because it used to be really good, but it's not anymore. So yeah, that's it. That was the Game a Week inside a Game a Week, Adventure Quest Worlds Game a Week episode 37.5. If you actually listen to this incoherent rambling, then thanks. That actually makes me really happy. But I'll see you guys next time. And hey, you gotta admit, Adventure Quest girls, they got it going on. My favorite is Safiria. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.